What do school leaders do? Why do we need them in the first place? Most of us have our own experiences because we have been in school. We might remember our school principal, being maybe in principal's office, doing some administrative work, affecting finances, and if there's a problem, have to taking care of that. And this is still true in many places, many countries and many schools. But I would like to open up how I see the school leader's role today based on my own experience. I've been a teacher for 10 years, then I was a school leader for 10 years. Then I went to management and leadership consulting for another 10 years. And finally I went to the university to be a professor and the director of our institute for 10 years. And last, now have been the possibility to work in several countries, facilitating leadership programs and doing research. And that experience tells me more about what school leaders do. Well, of course they do what I just began with. That was the management side of being a school leader. You have to be a coordinator, resource allocator, and sometimes a disturbance handler. You have to be hands-on. You have to focus on the action. You have to be interested in learning outcomes and promote effectiveness in the school. Yes, of course, we do that. But the school leader also is a spokesperson, a broker even, getting network connections, maybe gaining extra resource for the school. So he or she needs to be an effective communicator. And also we know that the status quo of the school is no more enough. We have to more and more look into the future, and I call that future orientation, sometimes called visionary leadership. So you have to be a creative person, an innovator, looking for the new path for our school. But in order to do that, you also have to monitor what's happening in the world, locally, in your country, and globally. You have to be an analyzer, seek information and transform that into the inside of the school. You even have to have some theoretical base to do this analysis. And all that is called strategic work. Strategy and visionary leadership are some of the new qualities all school leaders need to have. But when you do future orientation for your school, that also means that you have to be a change agent, make that change to happen, which is a new quality of any school leader. You have to promote learning, you have to help your teachers to reorient, and that's part of the role of the change agent. You have to be the coach and facilitator. And in my experience, making change to happen, it's not enough that you have a good strategy. You have to know the people side, because that is what counts in all change processes. You have to know your values, ethics, interaction, the people side, which we often call leadership. We started with management, yes, which we often call that's the hard part of leading. And leadership, we usually call it soft elements. But I disagree. I think leadership side is the really core, the hard stuff of being a good, efficient leader. Our most recent research here in Finland also brought up a new concept, what we called broad pedagogical leadership, which includes 4 main processes. Being the leader of creating the new curriculum, leading the process of enhancing school culture, being the leader of making new strategies, and being the leader in discussing the school's mission. So we now realize that being a school leader is really, really a multifaceted, difficult job. And that's also the reason why we have built new, different, efficient school leadership training programs. Started from preparation programs to advanced leadership programs, even to master degree programs and research doctoral programs. And not only here in Finland, but we have been lucky to collaborate this in many other countries. And I think that's the way, when we include international collaboration, we can learn more from each other and become more efficient school leaders and being really the creators of the future. And last, to add to all the previous, the school leader needs to have a will to lead. He or she needs to be motivated to do that quite demanding task. And that's linked to the future orientation which I call for. I call for a new orientation to all teachers to be the creators of the future, and a new challenge for all school leaders to be the leaders in this task of creating the future.